This is the process shot. I'm Michael, and I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Holy Motors, a somewhat surreal, dramatic French film by Leos Carax, released back in 2012. It's a film that is literally a series of individual scenes strung together loosely, following a man named Oscar, whose day-to-day work seems to be that of a performer, going around France and taking up various roles given to him while being driven around by a woman named Celine. These performances are all wholly unrelated. Oscar appears as a father, a gangster, a dying man, an old woman, and even some kind of a sewer imp. There's very little that explains why this is Oscar's work or even how it works. Only that there was once a time where there were cameras watching him and other actors like him. The film clearly blurs and blends the line between what is real and what is fiction, both within Oscar's performances and within the other scenes of the film. There are a number of instances where rules appear to be set in stone, but are broken only one or two scenes later. It's not even easy to say that Oscar has any sort of character development because of how he is always committed to his work whenever he exits his limousine. In fact, the only scenes that seem to shed any light on Oscar as a person take place within his car, and may very well be the only glimpse into his actual state of mind. And again, lines are still somewhat blurred, but in these scenes it may not only be blurred for us, the viewer. In any case, the various scenes of Holy Motors do tend to have an individual flair and style of their own that allows them to stand out individually from the rest, whether it be keeping things quiet yet tense, focused more on movement and sounds than ongoing dialogue, being driven entirely by narration, or mimicking a monster film, right down to the use of Godzilla music. It's a choice that drives at the underlying themes of acting and performance, with each new role being almost entirely self-contained, and the only clear link being that we know that Oscar is the main character in each scene, so it's not too easy to talk about the film's technical aspects because of this, though it's worth noting that there is a great attention given to these elements in the scenes that are able to pull the viewer into the world of the film, despite it intentionally showing off its seams. I've really come to think that this desire to pull back the curtain of acting may in fact be the overarching goal of Holy Motors, and the film as a whole is a sort of living metaphor for the shift in direction of either the movie industry or in filmmaking itself. When Oscar talks about cameras once being larger than himself, but having since become invisible, it's a clear reference to how even in the early 2010s, cameras had become powerful yet small enough for cell phones. While the film seems to want to hide this idea by way of making acting a strange day job for Oscar, it's something that seems to present itself in hindsight, or even within the moment if you're familiar with the sorts of stories or references that the film makes. Overall, I'd say that Holy Motors is definitely something that expects its audience to understand it without having to spell out just what it is. But it's an understanding that comes with a lot of weight behind it. Holy Motors, Leos Carax, 2012. 4 stars. I'd recommend seeing it, though I won't promise that you'll get it right away. Anyways, that's this review done. If you liked it, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you really liked it, then subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I need to lie down for a bit after this one.